Jamie Andreas from guitarprinciples.com. I specialize in starting people perfectly on guitar with no bad habits. In this video, I'm going to show you how to learn guitar without getting pain, tension, or bad habits. If you have bad habits that are keeping you stuck on guitar, I'm going to show you how to get rid of them. If you want to get rid of these bad habits, don't miss this video. In this video, I'm showing a couple of beginner guitarists how to get on the path to guitar excellence as quickly as possible. The biggest problem all beginners face is trying to control their fingers. I'm going to explain the reasons for this, but most importantly, I'm going to give you a series of very special exercises that will immediately give you control of your pick hand and your fretting fingers. So, let's go. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you like what you see and you'd like to see more, please subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, hit that bell there so you'll be notified every time I put up a new lesson. Every time we put the pick on the string, in order to make a note, we have to put force on the string. When we put force on the string places force back to us, into our arm, so we have to tense various muscles. We don't want to over tense, and we want to make sure that we release that tension after we play the note. That's a major stumbling block for many people. They play a note, the arm tenses, they don't release that tension. They play the next note. When they touch the string, they keep that tension in the arm. That will absolutely limit your development and actually sidelines a lot of people. Even worse, a lot of people their arm will be tense as they bring it to the string. Okay? It'll already be way over tensed. And then they'll play the note and the tension will increase, and that just ruins everything. So this technique called play to touch bounce will prevent that from happening and will train your arm to be extremely sensitive to the string. We want our arm to be as sensitive to the string as the foot of a tightrope walker walking across the Grand Canyon is. Every time that foot goes down, their whole body senses the tension level of that tightrope at that point, which is different at every point. And that awareness, that sensation is what tells their whole body what to do so that they don't fall off, right? It's all, of course, this wordless type of awareness. But that's how the arm of a guitar player is really working. If somebody's playing fast like this and has control, that's really happening. Their arm is sensing the tension of the string at every moment. So we want to connect the arm to the string in this way. It's what I call a dynamic relationship to the string. A static relationship to the string, which is what many people have, would be a set muscle adjustment in the arm. It doesn't change. And then they play and it just stays the same. That would be like the tightrope walker tensing their body and not changing anything as they walk down on the tightrope. Obviously, it would not work. So this concept of bouncing on the string, bouncing is one of the most important things you can do, because when we bounce on the string, it relaxes the arm. It prevents that buildup of tension, and it takes a while to learn how to properly bounce. Now, I know I mentioned recently the concept also of adding the arm weight to the string, and I gave the exercise for that. I think, Rick, you told me you do that every day? Yes, which is good. Okay, so let me go into that first, and then I'm going to return to the play to touch bounce. A great skill to develop is the ability to, when we put the pick on the string, instead of using muscle power to play the string, which would be this for a down pick and this for an up pick. So I could put the pick on the string and actively push down. That would be my tricep extending the elbow. I can go like this and my bicep pushes up. That is called putting active force on the string. What good players learn to do, usually unconsciously because it's just a sensation, is they put passive force, which is arm weight, on the string. They touch the string and they let the arm relax, which is what I'm doing now, and you can see the string go way down. If you look at my bicep, watch the bicep relax. Just let go. So now what happens is that the pick grip increases a little bit because I'm holding on to the string basically with my pick. If my pick were to slip off, my arm would do that. That's how relaxed my arm is. Now, the way to develop it is to come to the string with the pick and just let go like that. And then go to the next string and let go. Each string will feel different. And now, so my experience in trying to convey this to students is some students have a hard time with that. Some people get that sensation more quickly. I've had people take, I think I had you do this, Charlie, take your arm off the string and just go like that, right? Now, that should be done every day. Just go to the string. And I recommend, looking at your bicep there.
Okay.
Because you can see when I pick, I just let go of the arm weight, the bicep just relaxed. Now watch my bicep as I pick the pick up.
Yeah.
Re-engage.
Yeah.
You want to be that sensitive to your muscles, and how they're working. You want to feel that. Okay. So getting the exercise for being able to put the arm weight onto the string is just simply to touch the string and let go like that. And then you'll pick it back up. In fact, you can feel yourself using the string to help you get up to the next string. Okay. Now,
Bounce.
yeah, which is the beginning of a bounce. Exactly. See, the bounce is the energy interaction with the elastic medium of the string. The string is an elastic medium. That means it has potential energy, just like a basketball does. And when somebody dribbles the basketball, they're doing the same thing. They've learned how to push the basketball down, have it come up, calculate the exact right moment to begin to push down, and exactly how much force to push down. And the faster they would dribble and the smaller space, the more muscular energy they'd be using. All that stuff, the brain can do that. So after doing this, and you could just do this like once, maybe twice, and then you come and you do the same thing, except now you play the note with the arm weight. Go to the next string, drop the weight, play the arm weight. Okay? Now, every day, that'll only take a few minutes. It will save you maybe 10 years because most guitar players, many never discover that sensation. If they become really good, they will discover it as the years go by because you cannot play well unless you have that level of sensitivity to the string. Now, so this idea of bouncing, see when I bounce, if I put the pick on the string and I do this, you can see my bicep going on and off. Now I'm dropping my weight and I'm alternating between that and a little bit of muscle. Okay, so that's what the bouncing does. The bouncing prevents the static relationship to the string. It prevents the arm from just being a set muscle adjustment, keeps it dynamic, related to the string itself. So when you do the right hand string shifting exercise, what I want you to do now is to say out loud, play. You'll start with a bounce. You'll put the pick on the string, and you'll start bouncing this. And by the way, the bounce is a bounce of the whole arm, because sometimes people they go like this. They actually tighten their arm, and they just do a little movement with the wrist or the fingers. That's not the bouncing I'm talking about. You should feel it all the way up to your shoulder, okay? The whole mass of the arm is involved in that. So this play two touch bounce will work like this, and I would have you do it without the metronome first. Where you start on a bounce like this, and then you say play, and you play, and then you say two, and then you say touch. Now the touch will now be on the underside of the string because the next note's an up pick, right? So it'll be play, two, touch, and now bounce. I'm going to bounce. Now this is an upward bounce. The upward bounce is a little different. Can't put the arm weight on in the same way. Okay? So I'm bouncing upward now before I play. That's going to make sure that the arm is not holding static tension. Now so I said play, two, touch, bounce. Now I'll say play, and I'll play, two, and I'll say touch, and that'll bring the string to the next string. And then I'll say bounce, and I'll bounce. So I'll do it, and then we'll do it separately. Let me do it.
Okay.
So I start with a bounce. Play, two, touch, bounce. Play, two, touch, bounce. Play, two, touch, bounce. Play. And you do it as slow as you need to be able to say it and think it. Okay, you can try that.
Okay. Bounce, play, two, touch, 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 bounce.
Very good. Very good. You'll do well with this. Now,
Jamie, can I ask, am I angling the pick a little bit towards the headstock?
yes. Yeah.
Okay, so up here?
Yeah. We
Okay.
The usual position for the pick. This is flat on the string. So we generally do not play with the pick flat on the string. We turn it that way. Right? We slant it toward the headstock. That's what you're referring to?
Yeah. Am I like that way?
No, the other way.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Right. See.
Okay. Perfect.
Right. See how it angles like that? So I'm slicing it, and it doesn't change on the up pick. So basically, on the down pick, it slices through on the one side of the pick. When it comes up, it slices through on the other side of the tip of the pick. So
yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because sometimes people think they have to keep adjusting like that. No, when you go down and up on a string, you'll keep the pick position the same, and there'll be that little bit of angle because that reduces the friction, the resistance of the string, and also creates a better sound. And it's the same thing in fingerstyle. When we play with a nail, we don't go flat across like this. We turn to the side of the finger. Okay, so that's the way that goes. So anyway, Eden, so what you're going to do, that was very good. So you could, because you're going to put that on the metronome. So when you do the workup with the metronome now, the process will be this. You'll put the metronome on 60. You'll start bouncing along with that beat. And then when you're ready, you will begin play, 2, touch, bounce, play, and you'll do so. And actually the speed you did it was about that speed.
Okay.
But it's important to put it on the metronome because then we can move it up. So then you will do it once at 60, then you'll go to 80, play, 2, touch, bounce, play, 2, touch, bounce, and then you'll do it at 100 all the way through. Play, 2, touch, bounce, bounce. Okay, then you will continue with the speeds of the basic practice approach. You'll go to 2 clicks. Now, at 2 clicks, you will not say it, but you will still feel, you'll still do it. See, at 2 clicks, because touching, the awareness of the pick touching the string, and then the awareness of the force being applied to the string. This is called the 3 phases of the note. It's in the classroom. If you check out the section called the Yoga of Guitar, there's material on this, okay? It's called the 3 phases of the note. It's an extremely important concept that most people will never know or understand, but great players do. All great players are doing it because you can't play great unless you're doing it, but not everyone can articulate it, but it has been articulated by people. And the concept is that there's 3 phases to every note: the touching of the string, the application of force to the string, and the setting of the string into vibration. Those are the 3 phases. This technique that we're doing now is going to build that awareness into your arm, and it'll just be there. It's like learning to walk. You know, at first you fall over for a long time, and then after a while you don't even know why, but all of a sudden you can do it because you have this sense of balance, right? That's how it is. So when you go to 2 clicks, you will endeavor to still be aware of the touch of those parts of the note. So you'll start with the bounce, and you'll be like, see, I still have a lot of time to get to the thing. You see, I still have a lot of time to get there and bounce. And the better you get at it, the more you'll be able to do it. I could even do 1 beat, and I still can be aware of touching, putting the force on the string, and even doing a little bounce. Now, at a certain point, I'm going to give up the bounce. I'm not going to have quite the time to do the bounce. So if I got to 8th notes, but I'll still kind of have the same feeling. Well, so 8th notes feeling. What's actually happening is I come to the string. My arm is still aware of the moment of touching. It's aware of relaxing into it. It is aware of releasing tension after I play the note, and then it's aware of coming and touching the next string. Okay, and what actually happens now as you work the basic practice approach and you get up to, say, 16th notes, the arm learns to basically use the energy of the string to propel movement in the same way that someone on a trampoline learns to do that. A trampoline artist learns to contact the trampoline just the right way, relax the body, absorb the energy of the trampoline, use it to do whatever they want to do, a flip or whatever. That's what good players are actually doing. That's what the arm is doing. It's bouncing on the strings. See, if somebody's going to go on fast like that, they really are bouncing on the strings. They're using the energy of each note to make the next note. And that's what this will lead you to. So that's how you're going to do the right hand string shifting exercise now with play 2 touch bounce for when you're doing the 4 clicks, and you'll just keep it in mind. And you'll do that exercise for the arm wing.
Okay, great. And so do I need to post every single speed?
No.
Okay. No. Yeah, so that.
I always want to see your note tempo. And I would say it's a rule of thumb. I want to see your note tempo. I want to see your 4 clicks, and then when you double that, I want to see that, and then when you double that, I want to see that.
Okay.
So even, I don't know if you got a chance to look at any of the left-hand stuff.
A little bit. Is it the 1, 2, and the 1, 4?
Yeah. Well, even before that, the preparatory exercises and the certain understandings are important. So I'll just walk you through it.
Yeah.
So take your left hand and curl your fingers. Do them in the air. Do in the air like this first. Okay, and you're going to curl them all the way. You see how my fingers are? This is called the tight curl. I'm curling them so as tight as I can. You can do tighter than that. Yeah. Right. Try to keep them like straight up like this. You see how I'm straight up and then I'm bending. So I'm not bending that joint. I'm bending this and this joint. And you can see I have like a right angle in that pinky. That's it. That's it. Now that's what we want. Now you take that and you go to the 6th string and you're going to keep the curl but spread. And place them. Yeah, and Rick, for you, I'm still working on that pinky of yours.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the way it wants to lean over this way. Push it out. Push it out. Yeah, yep. This way. Grab it and pull it. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. No.
See, I'm down 5 notes.
What's that? No, but the pinky's still not right. Your pinky's still like this.
Okay.
It's not. It's this middle joint has to go past the next fret. I want it leaning. Your pinky, look, it's basically, here's the idea. The spot where your pinky is going to touch the string is on the side of the finger. See, it's not the middle of the finger. I meant to put a dot. I put a line. That's not very good. I should have put a dot. Because I have students do this and it really helps. You put a dot right there on the side of the finger. That's where the finger goes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, better. And then when the pinky goes down, see, it's leaning over to the right. Okay? It's not like this. It's not like this. It's like, look, and it involves a turn of the hand. I bring the hand, the pinky, that looks good, Eden, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, much better, Rick, much better. Because Rick, you might even do this, Rick, you might find this to be a big help. Put a little mark on the side of your pinky, and then what you do is you place, and put that down first. Because I want to get you out of this habit of the way your pinky goes down. It's probably been happening for a long time. So that the pinky, look, you have to understand about the left hand, that the pinky, this knuckle, is going to go over this fret. It's going to go past that fret, like that, even, right? And then this one's the opposite. It leans in the opposite direction. So it's kind of like this, it's like the horns of a bull.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's what we're looking for. And that requires
that I curl and I spread. The spread part, see, look, fingers, we curl them, and then we spread them. That means using the muscles here, okay? And then,
Jamie, how far up? Sorry, how far up is the thumb? Is it around halfway?
yeah, the thumb is like, it's opposite the middle finger, and
Okay.
so here I am. This is with my fingers on the sixth string. Now what we're going to do, because we're not putting any pressure yet, I have light fingers. Light fingers means my fingers are not pressing on the strings, and they're light, like little butterflies. You could go like this, right? And so we're going to take those, we take those light fingers. These are the preparatory exercises, which should be reviewed, just because we're reviewing them. You take those light fingers, and now I'm going to drag one over to the next string. I don't lift it, see? I drag it. And once I get it over there, I bring the other fingers over. Rick, still try to keep that, yeah, Rick, for you, keep doing this with your pinky, Rick. Look, keep pushing the pinky over. Because of, yeah, okay. Now, so now I'm traveling across the strings like this, leading with one, and keeping my fingers light. You got to keep the one more bent than that even? A little more, yeah, a little more bent. You want to try to keep basically, look at my one, it's like a right angle. Now the thing is, the thumb in the back, when I start, I look like this.
Yeah.
When I get to about the fourth string, I come down the tiniest bit, but not very much. I don't want this. I don't want my thumb coming like this. Okay, so this is what I want. Now, by the time I get to the first string, I look, so my thumb, it only moves the tiniest bit, but then it kind of just angles itself differently, okay? So that I end up on the first string looking like this, okay? And it's light fingers. This is to get the sensation of light fingers, because the fingers, when you play, are constantly alternating between light and firm, the same way your legs do when you walk. You start out standing on two legs. In order to walk, you have to shift your weight to one leg and then release tension from the other leg so you can move it and swing it across. Then you put your body weight onto that leg and you release tension from the other leg and you move. If you kept your legs tense all the time, you would not walk very well and you would never run. And yet many guitar players, that's what they do. Their fingers are tense all the time. They don't know the sensation of the light finger. So we first established that. And you can just do this one time. Walking across like this. Just keep the curvature and keep the separation and make sure you keep breathing and so forth. Now, after doing that, that's introducing your left-hand fingers to the light finger. Now, we learn about the firm finger. Now we put the fingers back on the string. And now I'm going to do this. I'm going to start to just push down on the string like this. I'm going to push the string down halfway with my fingers. And then I'm going to let the string push me back up. Now this is similar to what we did with the right hand, the right arm. We wanted to connect the right arm to the string. Now I'm connecting my left arm to the string. I'm making it sensitive to the tension level of the string. And I'll just bounce it like this. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to push all the way until it's down on the fret. Now, doing this is a sensitization exercise called string push downs. It is a great thing to do. You can do it on each string like this. So I'm bouncing my left-hand fingers on the strings. I'm making them sensitive to each string. Now I'm going to push it down all the way. Now when you push all the way like this, when you do the string push down, you're making your fingers go from light to firm. Okay? And that is what they do when you play. Here they're light. Now, boom, firm. And now the very important moment that took me, I think, 15 years to consciously discover, which is the adding the weight of the left arm to fingers. So after I push it down like this, I am now going to relax my shoulder and I feel the arm weight go into the fingers. This makes all the difference in playing. Good and great players are using the weight of the arm all the time because it relaxes everything up here. So if I play a scale, my arm weight is transferring itself into each finger. Each finger is light as it moves, and then the arm weight goes in there. It's all happening instantaneously, of course, but you have to build it consciously. So that's the point of all this and what this is leading to, okay? So if you have trouble getting the feeling of the heavy arm, because it should feel like your fingers are crazy glued to the string, and that if the glue came off, you just do this. So it's a bit of pressure from the thumb and the back, a bit of pushing from the thumb and the back, and then the fingers are firm, and I feel like I'm glued to the string. And now what we're going to do is we're going to practice moving across the strings with the heavy arm. So it's going to work like this. I'm going to release the pressure from this finger. So it's light now, and I drag it over. And now I'm going to apply the pressure down to that string. And once I have the pressure down with the first finger, I'm going to release the pressure from 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to move that over. So they're light. I could flap them. Flapping is another sensitization exercise like string pushdowns. It makes you very sensitive to the string and to the changing of the fingers from light to firm. So I'll flap like this. Now I'm touching. Now I'm going to get firm in all these fingers. And my arm weight just went through. So I'm arm weights again in each finger. And I'm going to walk across like that. So I'm doing this very no tempo. I'm paying attention to my breathing. The 4 vital areas that you always pay attention to: your breathing, your belly, your shoulders, and your neck. So I'll do that as I go across no tempo. And you only have to do this once because the important thing is the depth of your attention. Maybe you can go back if you want. So this is teaching your fingers to alternate between the light and the firm. Your shoulder see, all the large muscles up here are able to stay relaxed the whole time, but they have to adjust to the shifting center of gravity as the fingers take their different positions. So you just have to do that once. Now, what we would do is we take all of that and we put that together into the first walking exercise. So I take my pick, I'll put it on the string, I'll start to bounce a little to connect my right arm to the string, and then I'll come here again, I'll do the tight curl, I'll place nice and light, then I'll press down, then I relax the shoulder. So I got the heavy arm over here, I'm bouncing over here, and now I'm going to release 2, 3, and 4. So I'm holding on to 1. Now you have to pay attention when you do that, because that's a big change for your shoulder. Okay, when you release 2, 3, and 4, and you go to 1, that's the same thing as if you're standing on 2 feet, and then you pick up 1 foot. Your whole body has to adjust to that, because the center of gravity just changed. If you don't, it's very subtle, but if you don't feel it and do it correctly, just the same thing will happen that happens to every baby. You'll lift 1 foot and you'll fall over, right? So if you're not paying attention here, like you need to the shoulder and the neck, you'll get tension there that will affect your finger. So when you release this, pay attention to your neck and how it feels. Now, so I've released, I got just 1 down, I'm bouncing over here, and now I'm going to play this note. Even your fingers are 2 over like this. Yes, spread them. That's right. See, that's part of the adjustment, because when you're like this, and then you release 2, 3, and 4, if you're not careful, the finger's going to do this. I don't want him to do that. I want him to stay in position, right? Okay, so now I'm going to play this note. I'm going to bounce. I'm going to play that note. I'll play it with some of the arm weight. Down pick, Charlie. Down pick. Okay. And so I do that. Now, I'm going to take my light 4th finger. I'm going to touch the string. Wait, don't go ahead of me. I'm touching the string. And now I'm going to feel my shoulder weight go into the 4th finger. Rick, hold on, Rick. Rick, don't go ahead of me.
You keep the same tension in the first finger, Jamie,
Yes, you do. You keep the pressure. Well, it may adjust a little bit because look, here I'm standing on 1 leg, on
Right.
1 foot. Now I put the other foot down. I may distribute it. I'm always looking for balance. Okay?
Yeah.
So but I don't release it. Okay? So now I have the 4 down. Now now with the pick's gonna go and do an up pick. And right after I pick that note, the pick's gonna fall back down to the next string. That's right. Now this is a very important moment now. This is a moment that messes everything up. I have to release pressure from 1 to move it to the next string. This is the moment where people will be very, very tense. And it'll plague them for years without them knowing that every time they go to change a string, the first finger's full of tension because the shoulder's tense and everything's tense. So we have to very carefully now release pressure from the 1 and then drag it over to the next string. And then reapply the pressure. Move your elbow out even. Your elbow should be out more. Yeah, the left elbow.
Okay.
Over here. Yeah,
Is my wrist too?
No, you're okay. You're okay.
That?
Actually,
Okay.
you know what the problem is? I think your guitar is a little low.
Okay.
It is low. The headstock, it should be level to your eyes. It's a
Oh,
little.
really?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
my foot still should be higher then.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why the arm was doing what it was doing.
Okay. I can try that.
Okay, so we did the first note, the second note. Now I have to release the 1. As I said, see, whenever you release a finger, it's an interesting thing about guitar. Releasing a finger is more difficult than placing a finger. Okay, in the same way, it's easier to put a foot down than it is to pick a foot up. Why? Because when I put it down, I'm moving from instability to stability. When I pick the foot up, I'm moving into instability. That's hard, okay? So when I have one finger down, that's a certain feeling. I put this down, now I'm more stable. Feels good. I got 2 fingers down. Now I got to release a finger. I'm moving into instability. Now, not like it's not humanly possible, but you have to appreciate the subtlety of it. You have to prepare for it in the same way that the body prepares to lift a foot. Because before you lift a foot, your brain calls up the motor programs it's learned so that you don't fall over. It actually sends the messages out to all the muscles. Here's what you need to do. Get ready. Center of gravity is about to change. Before I lift that finger, my shoulder does and neck do the same thing. I get ready because I know the feeling because I practice it, right? So I'm going to release pressure slowly, move. I feel now when I release pressure, I feel the pressure going here from my arm, and I relax into that. Now I drag this relaxed finger over the light finger. I drag it over, and now I reapply the pressure with one. Now, once that's down, so for a brief moment, I now have pressure here. I feel that, and I feel that. Now I'm going to do 3 things now. I'm going to play, and let me say it before you do it. I'm going to play the first finger note. I'm going to release the 4th finger, and I'm going to position the 4th finger over the next string. Here I do all 3 things. Okay. Now, getting those 3 notes absolutely perfect is the key to that. Okay? Once you get those first 3 notes perfect, here's the changeover with the 3rd note. Now I just continue. So you will go across no tempo like that. So you can, and it'll feel different on each of the strings, of course. You know, as you go across, keep in mind your fingers have to curl more. They may not want to curl more, especially the first finger is very lazy. So you might get here. It's usually where the trouble begins, at the 3rd string. You'll get to the 3rd string, and what should happen is your first finger just does this. Only the finger moves. But the finger, before it's strong enough, it says, I don't want to do that. I would prefer that you make my job easier by doing this. And so people will start slanting out. Then they start getting this, which is very bad. Okay? Not that we never play with slanted fingers, but shouldn't be done at this stage. Okay, so you have to make sure that that only the 1 moves. My thumb's not moving in the back, staying the same. The angle of pressure might change. Now I get here. So now the 1, you see, has to really bend. And then finally you get here. This is very difficult in the beginning to have this. And to be able to do this at the 1st fret. Now everybody's different. Some people get it quicker than others. But some people can take months to be able to do this down here and have the proper curvature and separation at the 1st fret. Yeah, that's not bad. It requires a lot of strength. This is the hardest place to have this form. Okay. So I'll let you know as you go. Yeah, Charlie, that pinky's not ready for that. Yeah, you might be good at the 3rd fret. See, why? Why did I say that? Because your pinky did this.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, not like the pinky never does that, but there's a proper course of development, and first the musculature has to be developed to do this, to spread out like this. Okay. In case I had to do something like, or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're not going to quite do it with a flat finger flapping around, right? Right. So, but yeah, but don't do it before you're ready. I mean, you know, you want to do this 1-4 exercise, which is the first walking exercise. For you, Charlie, yeah, I'd say you could probably do it at the 1st fret. Okay. And you got to make sure, look, you're looking for these knuckles to stay parallel to the strings the whole time and not have to slant out like this. Okay, that's what you're looking for. Practicing the 1/4, and obviously it's going to go to the metronome using the basic practice approach and try to put it all together, right? Like this: play, 2, touch, bounce, play, 2, touch. See, if you can bounce on that next string, that's a really good thing. See, I'm bouncing way before I have to play it. That means my arm is really connected. So you do that at all the 60, 80, 100, then you'll come to 2 clicks. I can still touch and bounce. Pick hand, by the way, moving from the elbow. Nice strong stroke, down and up. Now I get to 1 click. When you get to 1 click, it should be a nice powerful stroke like that. You don't want wimpy picking like this. That'll do you no good. Okay, so we want it strong. I get to 8 now. Eventually I get to 8 notes. 1 and 2 and. See the fingers over here, all parallel, right?
Yeah.
Now I get to 16th notes. Still strong picking. Do it down here where it's the hardest. Okay, I'm doing all those things. I'm using the arm weight into the string. I'm doing all those things. That's why the pick, even at 16th notes, still powerful, which is what we want. Then you will do 1/3. Everything will be the same, except the thing you have to look out for is the 4th finger when you do 1/3. We cannot allow the 4th finger to do that. Okay? It has to stay out. You'll see my instructions in the classroom. When the 3 is on the 2nd phase of the note and puts pressure on the string, that's when the sympathetic tension is going to go into 4 and pull it over. Now, you must do extreme no tempo to prevent that. So you'll play the 1, you'll touch with 3, you'll do a string push down, you'll push it slowly down. That way you'll control the 4. That will lead you to this. The ability to use 1 and 3 like that without the 4 coming over. Okay?
Okay.
So that if you play something like this, you won't have that happening every time your 3rd finger goes down. Right?
Okay.
Okay, then probably the hardest combination, 1 and 2. When you do 1, 2, you don't want these fingers doing anything. So what will happen is 2 will go down and your 3 will come over, as Rick and Charlie know well. So you will see the technique for preventing that. It's in the classroom. Is to keep the third finger touching as you go. So because we want to keep the tension out of the fingers. So that's almost a summation, other than what we do for the right hand, because obviously we cover all the right hand stuff, finger style in stage one also. But as far as the left hand goes, that's what we want to accomplish. Okay, because that's the foundation for all scales, for the fingers to move independently and strong, and it's going to help you with everything. Obviously, the chords that you learn. This is just building the proper musculature and control on the fingers. Okay, well, very good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All
That was
right.
great.
Very good.
Thank you, Jamie.
You're
Always a
welcome. Okay. Have a great week, everybody. Post
You
your
too.
practice so I can check it. Okay.
Sounds good. Have a great week, guys. Bye.
Bye.